My name's Kyle Marshall. I'm co-host with Grant Tingley on the podcast Whatever This Is. This is our YouTube channel where we review different forms of media when we experience them. That's a really lot of words to say. We just upload stupid videos when we want to review things. This is number one though. Let's talk about Dallas Buyers Club. This is a film that is, I feel, incredibly hard to talk about. It is showcasing something that's incredibly painful to watch, which is the discovery of AIDS in America and really the ripple effects that had throughout the culture. It sounds like an awesome time at the cinema, right? Well, I mean, there's some really good pros and cons about this. Matthew McConaughey continues his quest to prove that he's actually a good actor. I really feel like 4 years ago he woke up and said, shit, I've done a lot of crappy movies here recently. You know what I should do? I should act now. And that's what he's done with his like Mud, and you have Killer Joe and his appearance in Tropic Thunder, and now this, and then there's going to be Wolf of Wall Street here probably in a few weeks. We also have Jennifer Garner, and then Jared Leto. Wait, that's Jared Leto? Leto? I don't know how to say his name. He's the cute one. As much praise as there is to give to Matthew McConaughey, I think it's Jared Leto who really steals the show in this film. He portrays this character named Rayon, who is someone who longs to be a woman. He forms this really uneasy relationship with the Matthew McConaughey character, who is this like rough and tumble rodeo star who hates fags. So while there's great performances and there's some scenes that really stand out above the rest, this I don't feel really rises above the level of your standard biopic. Yes, it pulls my heartstrings, and yes, I can feel empathy and sympathy for these characters that I'm seeing, but at the end of the day, it's a bit of a slog of a movie. There's a lot of really slow scenes, some stuff that doesn't really add to the overall movie, some characters that are introduced later on in the movie that seem to be important, but we have no idea really who they are or how they fit into the narrative as a whole. You also have this really weird, I think, clown motif that happens throughout the film. There's about 4 or 5 times where it kind of cuts to either a rodeo clown or to a clown figurine, and I'm really not sure what the parallel is supposed to be there. I'm thinking that it's supposed to be like a guardian angel of some sorts to the Matthew McConaughey character, but it really doesn't add up to be a satisfying whole. This film reminds me in some ways, not subject matter, but it reminds me to another Matthew McConaughey film from earlier in the year called Mud, which I had similar reservations about. When I came out of the theater, I was like, I don't know how I really feel about that movie. But with Mud, I was like, I need to go and see it again so I can really fully understand how I feel about it. And since I've done that, my estimation, my love for that film has grown. Whereas this film, it's like, you know what, glad I saw it, but I have no desire to ever see this movie ever again. I would say though, I would still recommend for people to check it out. Maybe not in theaters, I'd wait for when it hits video on demand, or if you want to do Blu-ray, or however you consume media. I'm not going to judge people, just do what you want to do. So on a scale of 1 to 5, I'm going to rate it fair, like a 3. I don't know what kind of rating system we're going to use for these videos, so let's go with that for right now. If you've seen it, let me know what you thought about it. Maybe our opinions differ. I'm assuming they do, because everyone online, as far as critics and IMDb goes, seems to love it. So I think I'm a little bit on the outside of this movie so far. Like I said, my name is Kyle. You can subscribe to this channel if you so choose, and you can also go and subscribe to the podcast on iTunes or on Podomatic or however you want to get the podcast. We even have a website, whateverpod.com. All this information is down in the description below. I hope to see you again sometime. Please don't contract AIDS.